Imagine you found a book so long that if you read one page every second, day and night, you would still be reading in 90 years. Now imagine every plant, every puppy, and even you carry a copy of a book exactly like this one. What if a tiny helper could read the whole thing before lunch? That giant book is your DNA, and it has a secret. The whole thing is spelled with only 4 letters, A, T, C, and G. Just like every song uses the same few notes, every living instruction is written by repeating these 4 tiny letters over and over, billions of times. So those 4 letters are simple, but there is a catch. Your book has about 3 billion of them in a row, with no spaces and no chapter titles. Finding one important word in there by hand would take a lifetime. We need a very fast, very patient helper instead. Now that we need a helper, here it is, an algorithm. It sounds scary, but an algorithm is only a recipe, a fixed list of tiny steps a computer follows exactly the same way every time. Give it the 4-letter book and clear steps, and it never gets bored, never blinks, and never loses its place. Remember, finding one word felt impossible. Our first algorithm is a word detective. We slide a short pattern, like ATG, along the book and check each spot. Clever versions skip ahead when they already know a match is impossible, so the search finishes in seconds instead of years. There is a twist. Machines cannot read the whole book at once. They shred it into millions of tiny snippets, just a few letters each, all jumbled up. Imagine tearing a story into confetti and dumping it on the floor. So how do we ever get the real story back? Here is the trick to fix that mess. Each torn snippet shares a little overlap with its neighbors, the same few letters at both ends. An assembly algorithm matches those overlaps, like fitting puzzle pieces by their edges, and slowly rebuilds the whole book from the confetti. Now that we can rebuild a book, we can compare 2 of them. Line up a healthy person's letters against a sick person's and play spot the difference. Most letters match perfectly, but every so often one letter is swapped, added, or missing, and those spots are exactly where the answers hide. Spotting differences fairly is trickier than it looks, because pieces can shift. So the algorithm builds a grid, scoring every possible way to line the 2 books up, and keeps the highest scoring path. It is like finding the cheapest road on a map by trying each junction, then tracing the winning route back. Remember that red mismatch we found? Sometimes a single swapped letter changes an instruction completely, like a recipe saying add salt turning into add sand. That one tiny typo can be why someone gets sick. Bioinformatics helps us point straight at the guilty letter. Comparing books does more than find illness. If 2 creatures share almost the same letters, they are close cousins. The more differences, the more distant. By counting those differences between many species, algorithms draw a family tree of life, showing who shares a grandparent far back in time. So far the book was flat, but its instructions build tiny 3D machines called proteins that fold into complex shapes. The shape decides the job. Predicting how a string of letters folds is a giant puzzle, and modern algorithms now guess these shapes fast, helping scientists design medicine. These jobs are still enormous, so we do not use one helper, we use thousands at once. The book is split into chunks and handed to many computers that all work in parallel, then share answers. It is like a class where everyone reads a few pages, so the whole book is finished in minutes. Put it all together and something amazing happens. Doctors read a patient's book, compare it to millions of others, spot the guilty letter, and choose a treatment made just for them. The same tools track new viruses within days and help grow stronger crops. Tiny letters, real lives. So remember our giant 4-letter book. We built recipe-like algorithms to search it, glued its torn snippets back together, compared 2 books to spot tiny differences, drew the family tree of life, folded letters into 3D machines, and shared the work across many computers, all to turn unreadable letters into real cures.